Greetings, my fellow Annoholics, and welcome back to our little hard mode series here once more, looking at Knuters that hopefully becomes a big, thriving city at some point. We don't know at this point. We only know that there's 3 very dangerous opponents out there and they're all expanding rather quickly. Of course, also Karl has arrived now at Artisans, or has achieved Artisans, working on his engineer population. We got the Admiral Vicente da Silva, and he's also arrived or achieved Artisans. And yeah, well, also what they're doing is building up bigger fleets now. So they're starting pushing out ships, and we probably should join them in this endeavor soon if I want to survive any longer. Right now we don't even have a harbor defense. By the way, do they have harbor defenses? Yes, they're already starting up there with their towers and whatnot, and we should just do the same thing. Newspaper guy, we should definitely decide on something here. We now have the 15% propaganda boost in, and I would really like to use this one, of course. And another thing, I'm not going with the consumption this time. I want to see how far we can push the industry without having to invest into any kind of consumption. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do 2 times the income boost that we have, right? We also have the attack speed bonus that I'm definitely eager to use this time once we go to war. But for now, we push everything into economy, and that is your family's in danger. Pay your dues and invest now. Do it. Everything suggests now is the time to invest, and that is totally right. If I were me, I would totally invest into Knuters at this point, as we know that this city is only going up here in places. Now, speaking about going up in places, we do have a few things that we need to juggle around here. So first of all, I would like to move these farmers here all the way over here. Perfect. And then we move these workers over there. This is just fun, isn't it? After having done so, what we can do now is we can use this space here, for some of you who already might have guessed it, on a church. So we don't have a church yet, and it's pretty important for happiness. Let's just see that we have this nice location there. Definitely not in this color though. Ooh, this is a nice one. Could also go with this church here, even though it doesn't really fit into the town, does it? This also looks a bit too Eastern European, so let's go with that one here in the blue color in all its glory. I should definitely look up for more church mods available there to spice things up in this regard as well. This will definitely now increase happiness, as we can see, for workers and artisans alike, so both of them. It's not going to bring us in that much money, but it's going to bring us in some happiness, and that's the important thing. And since, yeah, well, we do have some bricks, let's also just start with a nice little paved road plaza in front of it. Just because, you know, the church deserves that as a pretty important big building to have at least something here in front of it, even though I don't want to waste too many bricks right now into that. Now, with the church, one vital need has been fulfilled. The other one would be, do we have it in stock? Beer. We don't have beer yet, but I'm working on that. So we have our beer production over there. The malt houses are already running and producing, hopefully. So we got the first 13 malt in store. And the other one would be the hops, and there we have the hops in store as well. We have the steel beams, so let's go ahead and build the first 2 breweries in all their glory. Going to be pretty expensive. They cost me 200 maintenance costs there as well, right? So 400 just out of these 2 breweries, producing me now 4 beer per minute. 2 beer per minute, I'm sorry. We do need 4 beer per minute, so I also need to build those 2 here. Let's go ahead. This was really expensive. 1,000 this one costs me now in credit balance together with the malt houses. Hopefully it's going to be worth it. I have a feeling that it's going to be worth it. We'll just see. Our New expedition, meanwhile, also requires some attention, and I'm eager. Lost in the desert, the map of these endless dunes is a swindle. The first officer turns to berate the guide from when they were purchased, but the fellow is already gone. Navigate by the stars. We have a frigate, so it's absolutely possible doing this. And the stars utterly perplex your party. Oh god. With romantic notions dashed, the crew look around for some landmark, but instead find a featureless wasteland. Follow the local wildlife or divine for water. There's wildlife on the ocean. Let's divine the water. And you reprobate, have no knowledge of desert mysteries. The divining rod has wasted enough of your time, and your caravan is nearly through the water. Follow the local wildlife, a wild goose chase, the desolation, and also, once again, not very successful. The morale is crumbling. That was really bad, right? So waste on the ocean. I hope we can still continue onwards there. And yeah, let's Nah, let's not upgrade the warehouses there for now. So the beer production is now in full swing, and with that we will be able to unlock it then soon for my population. Also, we still have some bricks, so I would like to go ahead and upgrade a few more people to workers, so we can go ahead with those guys there. And probably also there, these bunches there, with the timber that we have. Just fine overall, leading to 7,000 people now, and the sausage is one of the victims of this drastic growth. So sausage, let's continue with another pig farm, or we could also just boost those silos there, but let's just have the pig farm. Let's not do the silos for now, and also that warehouse there, and then we can go ahead with, let's make 2 slaughterhouses in addition. Yeah, costs me some steel beams that we don't have at the moment. Actually, there was a rendering works. I'm totally ashamed of myself. We don't need a rendering work for now. I do need slaughterhouses. I was already wondering why the slaughterhouse costs steel beams all of a sudden. I was a bit too quick there for my blueprinted endeavors. Orb the douche, meanwhile, has the hops running and flowing. Perfect. And we can also go ahead and upgrade a few more people here. It's taxes. After all, we have the right amount of population there still. Let's also quickly check our consumption rates. Fish is still totally fine. Those people are totally fine. I'm fine. We have money. It also can't hurt to continue doing some quests for me mateys, so my comrades here, Carl Leonard from Malkin. If the crown rules the waves, why have the waves sunk my ship? Is the queen as feeble as King Canute? Bring me proof of the wreck. And we actually can increase reputation with 2 AI opponents, get 6,000 credits, and a charcutier for 20,000 that we can go get out there. This sounds pretty good. We just need to pick something up right in front of Anharlo's pirate haven. And let's just go ahead. We can also build more frigates. Let's build 2 more schooners, right? And we do have a schooner available here now that we want to use for also settling on this last island there. Ipsbeach, it's called. And Ipsbeach is this 4th island that we have now. And that means we have now all the 4 islands here in the southwestern corner, western corner of the map. And we should definitely then fight for them. Where is the proof? The proof is somewhere over here. So right in front of N. This is probably not going to be possible. So, but I guess already who sank the ship then of Carl Leonard from Malkin. And that was definitely, well, probably the pirate who is right there. And he probably will also shoot at my ships. Is that right? With Anharlo, we are at war right now. There is no way of actually doing this quest, unfortunately. We could try ceasefire. She would want 2.2 million credits. I'm sorry, but this is ridiculous. And let's not waste the ship on that. Sorry. Let's get the ship rather over to Archie, making some coin. I'm sorry, Carl, but I will not be able to fulfill this mission. Beer is in, some 14 whopping tons. And let's go ahead, unlock beer for my population. This will drastically improve happiness and also my income. So we're at 1,000 credits right now on the balance. And I'm just eager to see how it goes up. 2,000 it is now. 3,000 it's going, probably it's going to 4,000. Expedition also. In the grasp of the tentacular and outrun the thing. So this event we know, the Kraken that is following us and the wind is with us, and this was successful. We live another day. Next thing on my agenda would be to double my steel output. That means my steel beams. For that, however, we do need to prepare a few things. First of all, I would like the city to grow over here now finally. So for that, we can continue with another marketplace. Let's just go ahead and make this one a nice triple road. And this triple road then continues into this direction, right? And that makes it possible for us now to have a whole bunch of buildings available, or building space available here in the city center, more or less. And we can go ahead with, well, planting our houses then. I could also go like this, and then we have some special entrances here. I always love them when they are fully developed then, right? And I could just go ahead and copy this whole thing then over there, so I don't need to build these entrances myself all the time. And probably like that. And then we have another bunch of buildings here. And then I would like to have my marketplace already. I mean, this is also going to be city ground here at some point, but we would need to move the sheep farms. So for now, I'm happy with one marketplace then just here. That is going to supply these people there. Probably also, of course, as always, we do need a pub in the area. I would like to build it here, right? And then we could have a couple more buildings then over there. something like that. And here, later on, of course, we will need some room here for a nice plaza area, something where I'm going to have the World Fair or some ornaments or some monuments, but we can then move the buildings around even then, right? So no pressure here. Moving around buildings is really easy. I'd rather just use all the space that we have right now for taxpayers, and that's what we should keep in mind. There is still lots of room up there now. Actually, let's continue with a whole bunch of blocks here as well. Let's have a nice little area then here for some trees or whatnot, and that's it. With that, we can go ahead, build the pub in the marketplace, and use all the timber that we have basically for building all of these houses there. Most of them anyway. There you go. And a whole new city district in Knutas comes alive. With that, people move in, starting their life, whatever. We are going to keep the vanilla skins this time around. So I haven't used them in quite some time. I was always using the Vibrant City DLC skins. Right, but this time I want to just go with the vanilla ones, as I think they're also just as lovely and colorful. Yeah, and there's the people moving in now, and the streets of Knutas become alive, or, well, go to life in that case here. Just like here, where there's lots of people on the streets. Also some donkeys in between. And level 20 we have achieved as well. Now, these people though will definitely increase my consumption, as of course totally calculated. And for that we do need to once again push our production a bit. We still have another sheep farm over there and the framework knitter. We have the mobile police task force that I would like to have in this area too. And there is also more framework knitters in this area, plus another sheep farm to have a bit of a surplus wool production. And with that, let's also have another framework knitter in this area. And look at those warehouses. We should probably also continue now upgrading them. So let's upgrade one of them to have a few more ramps available then for all the carts that are coming in, as this is quite the busy area. Now, why am I doing this? Of course, city expansion. We do need more workforce, we do need more workers, and we do need a higher balance for our increased steel production. So let's continue just up there. The next schooner is ready. I think we have 2 schooners now available here. Yep, both of them we can sell, plus the one that is already waiting at Archie.
Sir Archibald.
There you go. Doing this, and I could probably continue getting those schooners out. They don't really pay us that much anymore, right? The 2,500 credits, we are making 4,000 credits per minute right now. So the money is not that important anymore, though it's still a nice boost, and of course we should maximize that. Let's continue. We have a very happy farmer population. Since timber is still not that agile, let's continue with a 50% boost in wood. Doesn't give me any penalty, and 50% boost in timber gives me -1. That is still totally fine. That means 50% more timber rolling in now. I would also like to continue with a few more fish farms. By the way, can I...
into the unknown.
This is possible. That is just beautiful. Because this means that we can have at least 2 here, right? Or, unfortunately, there's no more room then. But these 2 are fine. And then we have another one here. For now, we're going to move that as well at some point. Next up, Dockyard Dupe robbed. Okay, return and plunder the harbor. So the innkeeper of a port actually robbed us off. Return to the inn in disguise and bait the robbers. This has a higher chance. So we use it. And you rumble the schemers and set aside the superstitious. The most cutthroat of your sailors pose as wealthy officers cabin curtains for sashes so as to appear perfect victims. Taken in by the innkeeper and his dockside associates are caught in the act. You make sure to relieve them of their stolen goods. So we got our goods back there. How much longer? I think 1 more step we need, and then we should arrive in the new world. Alright, timber is rolling. Let's continue with the next houses over there. So fish is up. Workload is up, and I think for my potato farms we should also start boosting them now. So yeah, going by 50% for the potato farms, and this we are not doing for the distilleries, but 50%. Let's just check out how much how many potato farms we have. We have 10, so we have 15 more or less now, and that means I can have 5 more schnapps distilleries. And I'm going to have them, yeah, right over here. We have the warehouse available, and then I can just have my 5 schnapps distilleries in this area here just fine. And that's going to be enough schnapps for quite some time, as yeah, the city is already at a very good size here. We also have more room in this area that I would definitely like to use for more houses. Do we have a pub in the area? We don't. We don't have a single pub. There is one. So I should definitely provide another pub, and let's just have this one beside the main road then, to increase happiness of these farmers here further. The Admiral also has a quest. Let's just have a look at that. It is a delivery quest for 20,000 coin.
Very good. On your way.
Deliver 28 tons of weapons to the Admiral. Why should I do this? The money is nice, but he would get the weapons. Live by the sword. Vicente asked you to deliver him some weapons. For 20,000. I mean, the price is right. But 28 tons of weapons. We have 43, but I do need every single bit of it. So I'm not going to do these quests. I'm sorry. And we're going to, of course, have a massive reputation penalty because of that. But I cannot do these quests. I cannot deliver so many weapons to the Admiral, nor can I go into pirate territory to retrieve the loot. Nope. We rather focus on continuing selling schooners. So I can go with 2 more schooners then. And now that we have a bit of workforce in and money in, we can continue with our industry expansion. So we have another iron mine then over there as well that I would like to use. And there we have then the iron deposit. Let's build the mine. And let's also build the warehouse. So that is 4 more iron ore coming in now. And we still have 1 more charcoal burner available then here. And this one actually has 100%. So this is all nice and dandy. Let's go ahead and get this one. And then I will also need to build this charcoal burner here. So that's 2 more. And that means 2 more furnaces that I can afford with that. If I get the ratio right here. And I do. So that's 2 more of them. Costing me a bit of timber, of course. And let's just go ahead and have them close to the warehouse. This one here and this one here.
It's a surprise inspection.
Right, and that leads to 4 more steel production that we have now in total. And this makes it possible, hooray, to build another steelworks. This one, very dirty industry here. Let's build a warehouse down here. And then also another weapon factory. And since transportation times are pretty important, let's also start by paving the roads here a bit. So those steelworks or those transportation carts don't have long journeys. Very good. My schooners have arrived. We continue here with some selling. The reason why I'm waiting with the harbor defenses and the shipbuilding yet is I know they're not going to declare war on us yet, right? Even though their military score is just skyrocketing at this point. So the higher it is, the more likely it is for them to declare war on us. But in that case, it does cost me resources, and I want to push every minute that I have to fully get my income in there, right? So every minute without the defense gives me a nice economical boost over the AI opponents. And I want to use this as long as possible. We can still build the cannons then quickly. Schnapps distilleries, let's get 2 more out there. And we should then also continue upgrading my warehouses. Am I using? No, I'm not using all the clay deposits yet. There's still 1 more up here in the north of my island. Once again, we do need a bridge for that then. Bridge shouldn't be the biggest problem anymore. There is a road here that we can have, right? That is another 3,000. Oh, wait a second. Let's use this road to this brick deposit there. Expedition requires the attention. It's probably the last time. So let's just build that one here quickly. And then also 2 brick factories that we can have then just here. Plus the warehouse, leading to another increased brick production. Let's have a look. The inspector. Threaten him, talk him out of it. Last time it worked, and save your breath. And this actually worked. And, oh no, actually it doesn't. We need to pay something. We have schnapps. Near impossible. Steel beams. Unlikely. All the timber. Alright, let's save the timber. And offer the bribe. And alright, he doesn't accept my timber, steel beams and schnapps. We continue, but it's over anyway. And with that, we have discovered finally the new vault. And of course, Beryl is already here, so the AI opponents. And first things first, what I would like to do in the new vault is finding me a good island that is close, right? So something here along the northeastern side, because ships can leave the area then right away. And it makes it just much safer for us. And Beryl already has this island here now. Pretty well developed. Alright. Isabel is also in the game. That means a free clipper. So we're going to take it, of course. This speeds up the new vault. Yes, give me the ship. Thank you. Yeah, and another competitor settled down here. Holy cow, are we really that late to the party? There is some more islands here, and my clipper continues. Yep. So please give me a good island here.
More beautiful. New orders, Admiral.
We're not at war with any of the opponents yet. That makes exploration a tad easier.
Awaiting new horizons.
I mean, it's fairer, of course. There is an unsettled island. Oh, it has sugarcane. It has cotton. It has plantain. Not that we really need it with the hacienda, but it's a very small island. Yeah, I can't take that. I do need something. Over here we have some bigger islands. Let's go ahead. This one has been settled by Carl. It's probably a good island. It looks like it has enough space at least. There is another one. Beryl has several islands. Alright, good to know.
Just say the word.
This is not turning out well. There's not much room left anymore in the new world. Let's continue down there. These islands are horrible though, because they have a long path to the edge of the map. The Admiral is on this island. Alright, so New World will be very tricky. Very tricky indeed. There's not much stuff here. All of the islands on the eastern side have been taken except this one. I guess it's better than nothing.
Good and ready.
Also, this island has been taken by Carl. Am I really that late? I don't believe it. They have multiple islands already out here. There is another one. This big one here has been taken. That would have been a perfect island. Oh my goodness, beautiful. Doesn't have plantain though, so that is a problem for sure. Because before you can go with the hacienda, we do need obreros, and that is not possible. And there's one that looks like a bigger one yet, and it has been taken too by the Admiral once more. Alrighty, another big, beautiful island there. This is not good, so there's nothing really here anymore, nothing serious. So we have this island available. Plantain and cotton, some caoutchouc. We know this island here already from my last one island challenge. This one here would be the... This one is actually my choice, I think. Because we can still have some crop farms here. We can still have a nice city that develops to obreros. It's a nice starting point, right? Because this one here is dangerous. It's just way too dangerous. It is so far away from the map that if one of them declares war on us, no trade route will ever get to the edge of the map anymore. So, despite not being the best island, I'm going for this one. It has only one beach here, so this would probably be my city entrance then. Yeah, it's not good. I would like to have my beach here because there is room for proper defense. Not good at all. Isabel is close by, that's at least something. Let's get my frigate over here too. And then we'll settle this one. At least some sugarcane and plantain. So we have enough room for obreros to develop to the hacienda. And we have the sugarcane for the rum production. And the cotton to at least get my people to engineers. So this is at least possible. Not the worst island, but size-wise, of course, really crappy. We will need to conquer an island at some point later on. Meanwhile, of course, Knuters, we need to continue here very quickly with getting up a bit of a storage area. So let's start with at least one depot there so that we can make it up to 200 tons. And also, next on my list is window production. We have no windows yet. And I would like to go ahead with this as it's a very important good for anything that's yet to come. The sand mines we can have in this area right away. Will probably be an area that gets destroyed rather quickly once the AI starts pushing. But for now, we can at least do something here. So let's just see. Let's have one here. And then we can have more here than down the road, right? So actually quite a few. That's looking good. And then another one here. So this is quite a lot of sand mines that we have available then. Righto. We do need a lumberjack production surplus, so I'm going ahead and having at least one more lumberjack hut. And even though, wait a second, no, let's just get rid of one sawmill. This will already do the trick. We have enough timber production, and timber becomes less and less important the higher our tier goes. And instead of this, let's have the glassmakers then. They will be boosted too, right? We have the electrical power plant, and this is still fine. Yep, so we can boost them. Let's go ahead and have my... this is not possible. I do need to be careful how I position these now, because I definitely want to boost most of them. I do need to have a fire station here anyway. Nah. There you go, that's possible. And with that, all of them have a connection then to the electrical power plant. That would be 5 though. 5 is a very uneven number. Let's quickly check it out. We do need, yeah, well, we could have 10 window makers with that already. So this is going to be fine. And for the window makers, I think 4 is just the sweet spot, also long-term wise. So I can definitely squeeze in some here. There's the mountain again. This one is needed for a fire station anyway. It's very tight here, but we can do this. And then one probably a bit further away. Yeah, there we still have room for another one then as well. Also getting boosted. Also has all the right amount of stuff then close by, right? So that is our window production here in the industry area too. And we can actually go ahead and start with that. We have the sand mine. The sand mine is producing at a rate of 30. So this one affords us 1 glass maker. And this will make it possible to have 2 window makers. Let's build all of that. And let's also upgrade this warehouse here. That was already quite expensive again, and also my balance is going down as 1 window maker costs 200 on the balance and 1 glass maker 100. So that's 500 credits in addition that we lose there again for the window production. We do have not the happiest artisans yet, so I'm not going to push it too much. This will lead to only 2 windows per minute though, which is not enough. We do need to boost this one a bit more. So I'm determined to go for another sand mine, another glass maker, and another 2 window makers, even though this is ridiculously expensive. But it is necessary. I do need those windows ASAP. We still have a steel surplus, so I would also like to try something here. At least increase my steel beams production by 25%. My workers are still perfectly happy, so we can go in with that for now. And by the way, do I have a police station down here yet? I do have my... yeah, there it is, my mobile task force that can do the job just fine. And since we have that many workers, I would like to continue with upgrading a few more farmers to workers, since we have that surplus timber, to further boost my tax income there at 2,000 again, 8,600 people. And with that, we happily continue onwards. Stay tuned.